Yo, what is going on everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing a madness, I'm not gonna lie. So for the longest time, ever since I can remember, started gaming, I've been a console gamer, right? So I started off with the Xbox 360, got the Xbox One, and now what I currently use is the Series X, right? So we're taking a step up today, and I finally decided to pull the trigger. I want to get into PC gaming. I want to experience high refresh rates. I want to experience more than 1080p. And yeah, so we're about to do that today. Wish me luck. I have absolutely zero knowledge of computers and PC parts, except for the videos I've watched over the past, I want to say, month. You know, I also bought my parts separately because I waited for them to be on discount. But yeah, if we take a look over here, we can see the setup. I'm very nervous. It looks so intimidating, man. But yeah, these are the parts I've gone for. I've gone for a white build. Main components we want to highlight are the i7 13700K processor there from Intel, and then obviously the 4070 Ti graphics card. And then I value aesthetics, so I went with the Lian fans and the AIO and stuff like that. But yeah, here we go. Not much more to say. I think I'm going to put a nice backing track over the whole build and have some commentary, voiceover stuff. But yeah, wish me luck, and here we go. Alright, so starting things off with the motherboard, I decided to go for the Asus Prime Z790A. It's a solid choice overall. It has some nice white accents on it, so it helps, you know, with the overall aesthetic of the build. It has loads of room for SSDs, and it's just a good overall solid choice for the motherboard. We actually get off to a bit of a shaky start in this build. You'll see it coming up in a few seconds. I don't pull the latch all the way down, I just pull it to the side, and you'll see what happens. So yeah, off to a great start as you can see, but I finally learned how to do it properly, and then obviously we're going to insert the CPU, which is the i7 13700K from Intel. Solid choice, has a lot of cores, and it's good for gaming as well as productivity, so that was the one for me. Just placing it in the socket here, do a little jiggle test, and then close the socket. Next, I moved on to the SSD, which is the WD Black 2TB SSD. I wasn't super picky with this, I just wanted more than a terabyte of storage, so that was good for me. And yeah, the installation wasn't too bad. I didn't really place it in the socket correctly, as you can see, so I had to watch a couple of tutorials on how to actually place it properly. Like, I didn't angle it correctly, so it wasn't going into the slot, but then I eventually got it. And then all there was left to do was take the protective covering off of the heat pad and then put that whole piece on top of the SSD to provide some extra cooling for it under use. Then I moved on to the RAM installation. I went with the Corsair Vengeance RGB DDR5 kit, which is 6000 MHz, which I think is pretty good speed. And yeah, so all you have to do is line up the notch with the slot on the motherboard and then press it hard with two hands into place. Next, I decided to move on to the case and the power supply installation. The case I went for is the Lian Dynamic 011 Evo, a very popular case. I'm sure you've all heard of it before and seen it. And the power supply I'm going for is the Gamemax Rampage series, rated at 1050 watts. It's platinum certified, so I think it's a reliable one. I went for it because it's white and it matches the aesthetic of the build, and it also has the new cable for the 40 series RTX graphics cards from Nvidia, so I didn't have to buy a splitter or anything, so that was super helpful as well.
So now we're going to actually install the PSU unit into the case, and the amount of cables on the back actually made it pretty hard, although the O11 does have pretty good clearance, but just the amount of cables made it super tricky, and you'll see in the management of the cables later that it was really tough. After that, it was time to install the motherboard into the case, and for some reason, I don't know why, but the standoffs were not aligning with the motherboard holes. So I had to actually physically push the motherboard into the side of the case just so the screws could fit in there. So yeah, don't know why, maybe I was doing something wrong, but in the end we got it done. Next, I decided to install the Lian fans that I'd purchased, which in hindsight was a bad idea because it gave a lot less clearance to install the cables on the motherboard, but obviously I didn't know that. Knowing that now, I would have done this a lot later on in the process. But anyway, I got standard and reverse infinity fans from Lian so that the infinity mirror side could always be facing you and not facing the back of the case. But yeah, fan installation was not too bad. The top and bottom brackets inside the O11 actually pop out, so it makes fan installation super easy, as you can see, so you don't have to fiddle with it inside the case. But yeah, here are the reverse blades, as I mentioned, and they look beautiful. You'll see later in the montage how good these fans look. Next order of business was installing my all-in-one water cooler. I went for the Lian Galahad 2 Trinity performance model, but I decided to switch out the performance fans for some more infinity fans just so all of the fans match up and the aesthetic of the build is, uniform and it looks really nice. As you can see here, I was trying to shake the AIO pump just to see if I could hear if there is any liquid in there, because I swear there was no water in there. Obviously when I booted the system up you could hear it, but I found that quite funny. Now it was time to install the standoffs on the motherboard, and this is what the pump actually sits on and what you screw it into, so they're very important. Radiator installation was super easy in the O11. It has a couple of hinges at the top which you can slide the bracket into, and it's just a very easy installation process, so shout out to Lian for making that super easy and accessible. Before installing the pump head, obviously you have to add some thermal paste, and this was kind of tricky for me. I didn't really know how much to put on, and it was kind of hard to spread, but in the end I think I got decent coverage, and the temps are running fine right now, so I think I did alright. Next, it was time to install the graphics card, and this was a super cool part of the build. I've never held a graphics card before, so just feeling like the sheer weight of it was super cool. And yeah, I can see why all the PC people, you know, nerd out about this stuff. It's super sick, and yeah, I think this card just looks amazing. It is the RTX 4070 Ti from Gigabyte, and yeah, the white aesthetic is just perfect for the case. And it has a silver backplate, which also looks very nice in the final build, so yeah, great choice. At first, the graphics card just wasn't going in. As you can see, I only removed 1 and 2 of the brackets for the GPU, where I actually needed to remove 3. So I eventually realized that not enough brackets had been removed, and then I go ahead and remove that, and then it fit flush. So yeah, a little bit tricky at first, but we got it in the end. Next, it was time to install and plug in all of the cables on the motherboard. As I mentioned earlier, I wish I'd done this first. I actually had to remove the bottom fans, as you can see, just so I can have enough room to plug in those cables. But yeah, this is a little bit tedious, but you know, you gotta do it. After all those cables were installed, it was finally time to turn the PC on and see if I had done it successfully.
Here we go. Holy crap, this is the moment of truth. I already see something on. Okay. I don't even know if I've hit the power button yet. Hold up. Oh my god! Yo! Oh my gosh. Cool. Is that it? Is it done? The pump isn't on. The light is gone now. I don't know if the pump's working. White light. Okay. Oh, I hear it. Oh, there it is. There's the pump. Yo! It just took a minute to wake up. I heard the water flowing. Yes! That is so sick. Woohoo! Yeah, buddy. Nothing. We already know most of the fans work, the CPU cooler works, so let's see. All right, there we go. Good, good. I feel like the pump just takes a couple seconds to get going, it looks like, but let's see. I plugged the display cable into the graphics card, so oh, there we go, we posted.
So yeah, as you can see, we did eventually reach the post screen, which is a huge relief, and it means we were successful in our PC build. So yeah, honestly, such a cool experience, and I can't wait to use my PC for some gaming and video editing and stuff. But yeah, that's gonna wrap up the video. We have a quick montage at the end. I hope you did enjoy. Please leave a like and comment if you enjoyed my PC build and what specs you have on your system at home. But yeah, until next time, have a great rest of your day. Peace.
Nothing like like I've ever seen. It's just a thing of beauty.